All right, so this is our website. When you first go to the site, it takes you to our login page. And you have the option to either create an account or log in with GitHub. So I'm going to log in with GitHub. And it takes me to our homepage where, as you can see, we've got just a header and then this link, which will take you to where you can add to the currently running story. And it goes like this. So you can also go and you can view the different, like the previously completed stories, or you can create a new story to be started after the current story completes. To create this user interface, we used, we built our app using React. So we used components from the Material UI library and use that for all of our buttons up here, as well as all of our text inputs and the radio here as well. All right. Who's next?
Oh, I can go next. Well, looking more on the back end of this, we used some Node and Express for the server. We also use MongoDB to handle both the username and passwords, like the user logins, along with the storing the stories and all the attributes. And one of the parts I worked on along with the backend was also the WebSockets, which used use YJS specifically to be able to, so that multiple users that are working on a story that are contributing to it can see the changes live without having to refresh. And if you want to demonstrate that,
All right.
if you can, actually, that might take a.
So if you go to contribute, then I can enter the next word or phrase would be
Yeah.
I can't go next because we have this order where if I tried to go again, then it wouldn't let me. Because we have the skip setting set to be, it looks like every other. You can only enter a contribution every other person, every other user.
And that's a setting that you can set when you make the story. And I guess we can show that part too. So when you make a story, you input...
if you go back, I added a word on my end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it updates live too. That's the feature.
So if you enter a word, I just wanted, like, if you enter a word, I can enter a word, and then we can show. And then I entered one on my end, so.
And it shows up there with the hi, yeah.
And like you can see the number of words remaining decreases as you go along until the story's done.
You want to explain how the make a story part works exactly?
Yeah, so you put in a story length, so that's the number of words that will be contributed before the story automatically finishes. You put in a first word, and you put in a repeat frequency, which was the effect that you were seeing on the contribute page, where a certain number of users have to contribute before you can recontribute. So if that frequency is 0, you can contribute as many times as you want. If it's 1, you have to wait for one other person at least to contribute before you contribute, and so on. And then you have the option to bind your story either to use words only or words and phrases if you want. And then as soon as you create it, it's added to the queue of unfinished stories, and the oldest story will be worked on until it's finished, and the next one will pop up for everyone to work on.
All right. I think that's it. I'll show off how you can look at completed stories. So here's our test story. You have the option of being able to upvote it and increase its points, or downvote it and decrease its points. And back at the completed stories page, you can see that it is sorted by the number of books that the story has. And that's just about it. So we'll end that by logging out. Now it takes us back to our start. All right.